Good morning, and welcome to Crewman Walking. Today is day 169. It's 7:40 in the morning. It's already been an interesting morning. It rained last night, reminiscent of this hurricane. Everyone was concerned about it. I know a lot of people went indoors. But I went to go get my food bag, and somehow my little dog bone, instead of kind of going up against the carabiner, one end went through the carabiner. And it was locked solid. I could not pull it down. I took a stick, wrapped it around the string, pulled and pulled and pulled. I almost reached the bag. But luckily, a young lady by the name of Resume came by, and she was able to help me get a hold of it where I could get a hold of the bag itself and actually bust the top of the bag to get it down. And then when that tension was released, the carabiner flew back up, wrapped around the limb, so I had to cut the string. Just saw patchwork and stingray go by. Hadn't seen patchwork for a while. Saw stingray not too long ago. I'm gonna go try to catch them. But that means I must walk, and walk fast. I think the plan today is to go about 8 miles or so to another campsite. There's a mountain to climb after that. I think it's Blue Mountain. I don't want to get up too high with this weather, so we'll see how it goes. But walking is the order of the day. Stopped and filtered some water. Talked to a couple southbounders that came by. Just a nice cool morning. I didn't look at the thermometer, but breeze is blowing. Makes for good walking weather. We've got a real challenging downhill and uphill coming up today. It's really steep. It's not that long. It's not that high in elevation, but you just drop down in one of those little notches and back up. But they said there was some rebar and some wooden blocks involved. They said it was worse than the Wildcat. Apparently one of them had hiked around here before. To me, so far going up the first Wildcat was the worst climb I've had up here as far as technical difficulty. So we'll see. They got through it. Old Gray Man will too. It's so quiet and peaceful out here. It has been for practically the whole trip. Fortunately for me, when I go home, I live in a very quiet, peaceful place, so it won't be too bad of a transition. All right, here we go. The clouds are rising up from below. I expect it'll get pretty poor visibility here in a minute. There's a notch, I can't remember the name, but not too bad going down into it from when you're northbound. But it's steep coming out of it. I said earlier, when you looked at the profile, it looks really sharp drop off, and it is. I had some ladders to help and some rebar. I'm not to the top, so I don't know what else might be in store. That's where we're going. I think I made it to the top of that notch. Show you another pretty easy walking clip, because that's all I can do. Some moose droppings on the ground. Oh, I'd love to see one. Somebody's cut some weeds and grass up here. Alrighty, this AT day is done. I did about 8 miles, and I was trying to go to a little campground, but that campground turned out to be on the wrong side of that last stream, that second stream. So I went ahead and crossed the road and started up the hill climbing towards Blue Mountain, and just found a spot at the top of the hill, not top, but at the first place it leveled off. So it took me a little while to get set up. For whatever reason, my hammock was in a terrible knot. Had to straighten it out. Had to get out my new bear rope since I left most of it hanging in that tree this morning. Had to find me a different carabiner. Man, I still got enough loops on my food bag to get a carabiner through it. Threw my rope over the first promising tree branch and got ready to hoist the bag, and the branch was dead. It just broke right off, fell to the ground. So I had to go hunt me another tree. But rained pretty much all day. It is after 5 o'clock. Let me look here. Yeah, just barely. It's raining, but don't know if the big rain is going to come or not. But so tomorrow I'll head over Blue. That's about as far as I've looked. On the way to Rangeley, that's going to be a couple days or so. Keep plugging away till we get this thing done. Alright. We'll see you all tomorrow, when there'll be more walking. Good night, everybody.